Hi, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk, and here I am with the HTC One SV. This is one of the fairly few handsets available in the UK at the moment to be on support 4G LTE, and there is only, I think currently, everything everywhere that are supporting 4G in the UK. I suspect that's going to change and other networks will adopt the 4G standard at some point, but we're going to take a look at the HTC One SV now anyway. And I do actually have this from Everything Everywhere, so we're going to be doing a review on the basis of the handset itself, and then also on the basis of the LTE 4G network as well. So we're going to take a look. Well, there's the handset on top, obviously, as I've taken it out, and also inside we have the getting started guide and safety and regulatory information, and underneath we have the USB sync charge cable, so that's a standard USB to micro USB cable. The wall charger, which is just a UK3 pin with a USB socket on top, and then some headphones. Actually, it's a wired headset. Let's take a look at those. Again, pretty standard HTC fare, really. 4-pole 3.5mm jack, and an inline, very small inline microphone with push button. And then the headphones themselves, pretty straightforward, pretty standard in-ear phones. And the flat cable, again, the flat cable is designed so that flat cables don't tangle as easily as round cables, and at least that's the concept. So take a look at the handset itself. We'll talk about the design first and foremost. It's a little bit more unusual, with a black front, with the silver around the outside, and then a completely white back. It's quite a bit different. And it's a nice curved radius back as well, which means that it feels really nice in the palm of the hand. On the front we have a 480 by 800 pixel display, which is a 4.3 inch Super LCD to capacitive touchscreen. 480 by 800 pixels, I think it's in my mind it's becoming a little bit old hat, to be perfectly honest with you, on the 4.3 inch display. There are much higher res displays available, certainly from say Sony, with some of their Xperia handsets, and then obviously with Apple and their iPhone, and obviously other manufacturers have have available much higher res displays. But this is designed to be sort of mid-level handset supporting 4G. So perhaps that's the reason for the 480/800 display. I mean, it's not terrible by any means, but it seems that we've been sort of stuck on that 480/800 standard for quite some time. Anyway, moving on. Below that we have touch sensitive capacitive buttons underneath, so back, home and menu. On the front we have a 1.6 megapixel camera to sort of like for video conferencing type applications, or taking photographs of yourself. Does support up to 720p video recording as well with that on the front there. Looking around to the left hand side, there's really nothing to see. You can see the design and styling there though. It's really quite attractive. And on the bottom we have the little tiny hole, which is the microphone, and the micro USB sync charge connector. And then on the right hand side there, as you can see, again quite slim, obviously there, you have up and down volume control buttons like on a rocker. On the top we have the power button and the 3.5mm headphone connector. Again, another little hole there, which is a secondary microphone, which is used for noise cancelling and that kind of stuff. On the back, a 5 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash, a quite straightforward and standard one, only a single LED. Does support geotagging and 1080p video recording though. And on the back we have the Beats Audio logo, as you can see there. So the audio is enhanced with the Beats Audio sound enhancement and 4G LTE. Back pops off like so. And underneath we can see, well, it's got the battery that's already in place, which has a listed capacity of 1.8 amp hours, so 1800 milliamp hours, so reasonably high capacity battery. SIM is already in place. It is a micro SIM, already there in place, and then the space for a micro SD memory card, supporting up to 32GB micro SDHC memory cards. As I say, this is an Everything Everywhere SIM card already installed in here, so we can test out the 4G LTE network. I'm not going to be able to do that right now anyway, because I'm in an area that doesn't provide LTE coverage, and in fact provides very limited coverage with Everything Everywhere, Orange and T-Mobile. So nevertheless, we will just start up and I'll run down the rest of the specification. Quad band for GSM, 3G and 4G, as I say, supporting LTA 800, 1600, 800, sorry, LTA 800, 1800 and 2600 network bands. Micro SIM, as I say, is already in there. Dimensions: 128 millimeters from top to bottom, just under 67 millimeters wide, and at the widest point there it's 9.2 millimeters thick. Feels really nice in the palm of the hand actually, because of the shape, and it does make it feel a bit lighter than perhaps the 122 grams would suggest, certainly on paper. As I've mentioned, a 480 by 800 pixel display. The glass is Corning Gorilla Glass 2, so it is scratch and crack resistant, and does provide a fairly decent and sturdy finish. We've got the HTC Sense user interface, which you would expect from an HTC handset. Bluetooth 4.0, Wi-Fi support 802.11bgn standards, and as I'd say, the 5 megapixel autofocus camera on the back, 1.6 on the front, GPS, assist GPS, and all that kind of stuff as well. Android operating system is 4.0.4, which is Ice Cream Sandwich, dual core 1.2 GHz processor, and finally 8 gig of internal memory and 1 gig of internal RAM. I think that covers really the basics in terms of what we have built in. I'm going to take a quick look. So we have the unlock ring, which is pretty straightforward and standard. We've seen this quite a lot on HTC devices before, so nothing new there. And the setup again is going to be really straightforward and again normal. So we're going to go and join our Wi-Fi network, and when we have, as you can see there, the QWERTY keyboard, I'm just going to go ahead and join the network. So we go and wait for that to connect. There we are, connected. That was pretty quick, so that's quite good. We're going to skip the HTC account, and we'll skip that for now. We'll allow the Google location services. And yes, we'll use the location, that's fine, agree to all that. We'll skip the Dropbox account. Okay, so we can set up multiple other accounts here at the moment if we want to as well. So Exchange Active Sync, Google, Dropbox, Flickr, Twitter, Watch, quite a few things there. I'm going to go ahead and just skip that for now. And we'll go ahead and finish. I just want to get this started up so we can have a look at the user interface a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's fine. So I'll turn off the quick tips. So once we've started up, we have a very familiar looking user interface with the HTC Sense user interface, with the Rolodex type style clock at the top. And we have the Play Store and then a favourites icon here over the side. And we can swipe to one side. We've got Google search with voice, the voice search, and favourite people and contacts. Calendar widget, a blank page, and it's not one that rolls all the way around, so we go back the other way. Got a music player, an album, I think that's for photos, and then another blank area. Like other devices that you can hold down on the home screen, long press, and then you can add additional widgets, bookmarks and all that kind of stuff. As you can see there's quite a few to choose from that you can customize your home screen with. We'll just ignore that for the time being. Coming back through here, we're going to the launcher so we can see what's installed. So looks fairly straightforward stuff. We've got Google Chrome there installed, as well as standard web browser, WebKit browser. I don't see anything that's terribly out of the ordinary. Google Talk's already there, Play Movies, YouTube client, Twitter, TuneIn Radio. It's all fairly straightforward stuff. Let's just take a look at Chrome, and we'll go to our site and see how that looks on here. Yeah, no thanks. Right, here we go. So and as you would expect from a touch capacitive touch screen, it's very sensitive. There we go. Oh, well, that's loading very fast. I mean, obviously using broadband and Wi-Fi, but that loaded very quickly, rendered very quickly. Looks quite nice on that display, and even the small text is, quite readable on that display. And the display LCD2 is pretty cool, pretty clear, pretty bright. The colours are very good, as you'd come to expect. You can double tap to zoom in, zoom out, and we can go. There we go. So it's performing fairly quickly, rotates fairly quickly. There's not much lag there either. It's working quite well. That's just pretty much straightforward as a browser should be. Let's take a look at the YouTube client. Not now. So let's search for. Yeah, there we go. So search for our YouTube channel, which is Leo D. Well, let's have a look at the HTC Desire S. That's a video that's been on there for a little while. There we go. So that buffered and is playing quite quickly. So yeah, quite impressive. That's working quite well. I mean, the YouTube client's very good on Android devices anyway. Can't really complain about it. I think it's pretty much as they all should be. What else we've got in here? Google Maps. Just take a quick look at, see if it has managed to find our location. Yeah, it seems to have. Yeah, it's roughly right in terms of a location. Two finger zooming, as you'd expect, and we can also rotate with 2 fingers. Double tap also takes us to a different zoom level as well. Again, pretty straightforward in standard implementation of Google Maps. We'll just pop in and take a look at the settings menu. And as you can see there, we can turn airplane mode on, and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and network on and off. Go into more, we've got more information there with VPNs and NFC and all that kind of stuff as well. Oops, go back in there. We can personalise settings, privacy, accounts, all that kind of stuff. Just take a look in about. Check for software updates can be done there as well. Let's have a look at software information. There we go. So 4.0.4, HTC Sense version 4.1. There you go. That's the version numbers of what we have here. All pretty straightforward. So we're going to go to the Play Store and go in and just sign in. Hang on a moment. Okay, there we go, into the Play Store. And what we're going to go and have a look at is Quadrant. So we're going to download and install that, Quadrant Standard, and we'll just do a quick little benchmark so we can see how this broadly performs against other devices that we've benchmarked before. So once that's installed, go ahead and open it, and we'll run it. There we go. So we'll run a full benchmark. It shouldn't take too long. It runs memory and CPU tests and I/O and then graphics tests as well. And so we'll get a number and we'll see what that is like compared to other handsets that we've looked at in the recent past as well. Let's say 1.2 gigahertz dual core. Just expect a reasonably high mark here from this handset, but let's see. Things can vary. 60 frames a second on that test, and 64 there. It's performing reasonably well. Not doing too bad a job at all. 61 frames a second there, fairly steady. Dropped slightly. And the final test. There we go. And only 28. So let's see what answer we come up with. Okay, so that is pretty good. Our device is 4,696. If we run it a couple of times, that number will vary. Sometimes it can be quite drastic, but that number will definitely vary. So as you can see there, compared to the HTC One X, the HTC One SV is doing quite well. not too bad at all. The memory test is where it's sort of picking up a lot of ground there. As you can see, the CPU test in blue puts it somewhat behind some of the competitors, but as an overall score it's doing quite well. So it is a reasonable benchmark, absolutely. I think that covers sort of some of the basic aspects. I suppose we could perhaps just take a quick look at the camera. And one thing that is perhaps a bit more obvious now I've just thought about it is that there isn't a dedicated camera button on the side, which is a bit of a shame. I know a lot of people really do rely upon that camera icon or the camera button for taking photos, so it's a bit of a shame that that's not included, but we'll take a look anyway. So camera interfaces and controls there, we have seen before with on this HTC Sense version. We've got settings at the side so we can change them: self-timer, rotation, video quality, image resolution, and so on. We can switch into camera mode and we're recording, and then we also have still mode there at the top. Nice thing is that you can actually take a still at the same time, and that works quite well. So there we go, that's a quick look at the HTC One SV. This one here come to us from the guys over at Everything Everywhere. So we will do a review on the basis of the handset itself and its performance, and how it performs as a 4G phone on the Everything Everywhere network as well. So we do some comparisons and benchmarking and some download speed tests and that kind of stuff as well. So I'll have that for you over the next couple of weeks. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TracyandMatt or facebook.com/TracyandMatt.co.uk. I'll be back soon. I've got some more devices to review and some more unboxing videos for you over the next couple of days. In fact, quite a bit in at the moment, so don't forget to come and check us out again soon, and I'll be back soon with some more reviews and videos on TracyandMatt.co.uk. But for now, thanks for watching.